we're going to talk a little bit about tossing. And tossing is a big part of what we do. It's not just spinning it in your hands, and it's not just body, it's the whole package. And everybody loves to see color go up in the air, and most importantly, color in the air spinning at the same time and catching consistently. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the tosses that are pretty basic. You've already learned 2 already, which is very good. So we're going to talk a little bit about technique in tossing, as well as maybe throwing a couple of new tosses at you for you guys to work on at home over the weekend and throughout the rest of the summer going into the fall season. Okay, so we're going to start with a right-handed single. And some organizations don't teach a prep with a single. It's sometimes it's just a straight push all the way through. I have always taught a single with a carve in front of it, kind of as a little prep. And then when we get really good as far as pushing down and catching it consistently and having the same height, then we can just do straight from the shoulder singles on either side. So we're going to start, again, at right slam. And so make sure that you are really strong. You should be at the bottom third. I don't have my flag mark, but all of you have your flag mark. So the bottom third in the silk tab. And you're going to stand in an open, turned out second. So it should look like nice and strong from the side. Excuse my mom pouch. So you're going to carve 1, 2, and then we're going to push down on count 3. And when we do that, we're going to push down as hard as we can. And so we're going to hear this slap in our leg. Now remember, the last couple of days I've said that if you're not getting a red mark, you're not hitting it hard enough. This is what gets your rotation to go completely around very quickly. A lot of it has to do with how much push you have, but it also has to do with the weighting of the silk, how fast it's going to rotate. I don't know that all of our silks are weighted correctly yet. We're going to do that next week and get everybody on the same page. But as far as consistent technique across the board, whether flags are weighted completely opposite of one another or they're all the same, this is still the same hand that needs to push on a single, on a right-sided single. When we have our release hand is going to be here, right at our, actually it's here, negative rifle, right here at our shoulders. It's not going to be very high. So this toss is going to be low and fast. So you're going to do a complete rotation, silk rotation all the way around, and we're going to catch it in the same manner that we started in, except for our hands are going to, instead of being over, under, under. Sorry, instead of being over, I don't know what the heck I was doing. Instead of being over, under, over, they're going to be under, over. So let's do that together. So we're going to carve 1, 2, 1, 2, and we're going to push down on 3. We're going to release, and our hand is going to stay up, okay? This hand's going to stay up. I should be able to like write my name on it, I forward, on your hand, and be able to read it every time, okay? And your eyes should never come off of your silk. So whenever you toss, you should know exactly where your silk is. So there we go. And 5, 6, 7, 8, carve 1, 2, push 3, 4, catch 5. Okay, and it's all about keeping both hands on every time and hitting it together. Nobody likes to see a catch like this. Double hand catching is nasty, nasty, nasty. Don't do it. So you want to make sure that you have both hands get on at the exact same time and you catch it strong. Don't bring your arms in. Keep them out. Okay? Do that again. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Carve 1, 2, 3, 4, catch 5. And it should hurt you a little bit. From the side. Here we go. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Carve 1, 2, 3, 4, catch 5. Okay? So that's what your silk should do when you're doing a single. Now, you guys are starting to do the toss in Oklahoma where you're using your pole to guide you, right? So you're going to do the exact same motion that you were doing on your carve to the front with your silk down. You're just going to invert it and have your pole down. And you're going to have your hand about halfway up your silk. So you have some good leverage to push how? Down. We're still going to push down with this motion. And then we're going to rotate. Now, the difference between a single and a double as far as height is concerned, it's just from here to about over your shoulders. And then depending on what type of double you want. If you want a high, lofty double, you're going to have to push hard, but you're going to have to lift your hand higher. But most of the time, I want something quick and fast, and it's going to rotate about here-ish. I'm going to back up just a little bit so you guys can see height. So we're going to do this carve again, and we're going to push, and notice where my hand is, okay? Right above my shoulder, and it's going to release, and you're going to leave your hand up, even though it's kind of it's upside down. You're going to bring your hand up. Here we go. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Carve 1, 2, 3, 4. Really high. See, and I caught that with the silk cut. This is what I had you guys make in the show so far. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can catch it flat. You can catch it straight up and down. Silk up or silk down, depending on how much push and rotation you get out of it. So again. You can catch it a couple of different ways. But everything in regards to tossing, you need to make sure that you have that force hand going somewhere. For some vertical tosses. Now, when we start talking about 45s, they're a little bit different. You still have a hand that's going to come and pull down, but instead of pulling to this side, it's going to pull behind your head. So we're going to talk a little bit about 45s. I'm going to do a 45 from this side. Okay. And we're going to go from one side of our body. We're going to carve. And we're going to bring your silk at that 45. So you guys can see that the flag silk is pointing on that high 45. Think about your points in space. We've covered that the last 2 weeks. Think about what point you're going to be tossing from. I'll be calling out points when we're on the field, learning drill, and you're going to need to know what release point is going to be that 45 toss. Because yes, there will be 45s in the show. Whether it's everyone's doing them or only a few are doing them, you have to know where those points are. Okay, so we're going to start to the side, our right side. We're going to go silk tap and bottom third. So we're going to do a carve. We're going to come out, carve to the front, and then we're going to bring our left hand behind our head, and your right hand is going to be up at that up 45, like that. And when you do that, you're going to allow it to push itself out of your hands. So all together, it's going to lift. You're going to want to lift this hand and pull this arm down behind your head. So all together, that's going to look like this. 1, 2, up, 3, 4, 5. Again. 1, 2, up, 3, 4, 5. So when we start teaching these, sometimes I will just go do little popovers. And I will also do the 45. So best way for a new person when I've taught 45s is to work on getting that plane first. So when we release, you'll make sure that that right hand is guiding that flag up at that 45. So what I will do is I will bring my left hand behind, and I won't push up with my silk. I'll just allow the silk to travel on that plane behind my head. So all together, that looks like this. Lift up, down, up. Okay, again. Carve and up, down, up. Up, down, up. Your hand's going to be backwards. A lot of times 45s won't land that pitch because we're not executing that motion there. Then I promise you, your flag is not going to hit you so long as you push up. If you pull it down on top of you, you're going to get clocked in your head. It's happened once or twice, or maybe like 45 times in the last, couple of years. You can get hit. You just got to make sure that when you release that and up, you're pushing the flag out and up at the same time. You're getting okay. So, count structure for that. You're going to come 1, 2, up, 3, 4, catch, stop. You're actually going to step through. I turn my upper body. 1, 2, up, 3, 4, catch, stop. So you're going to start at 145, and then you'll rotate to the back. Do it to the front so that way you guys can see that. Okay. Carve and up and catch. And you should catch nice and slow. Okay. Then once you get good at that, you can just do pulls from that 45. So those are coming. So work on that. And then when you get really good at those 45s, you can start taking 45s from the opposite ends. You can go from the stopper at the top and your silk. You can pull like that. You can do an inverted 45 and up and yeah, a really good one, but it's at least up there. Yeah, those aren't really clean. And up. I about clocked myself. I'm pushing too far away from myself, so for me to do that cleanly. So once you get those, then you can start experimenting with some behind the back 45s. The wind caught that. Thank God I caught it. Some behind the back 45s. Okay, you're coming down and you are tossing from behind. One of my favorite tosses that I learned here recently. It's a lotus. That was not clean, but it's getting there. Yeah. So I also like to do one-handed 45s. That was horrible. And low. So those are some things that you guys can work on. Some doubles that have a little bit higher height. Every once in a while, I'll throw in one of these tosses over the shoulder. And trigger them down. Trigger them down. And my silk is doing that. So some more technically challenging tosses are out there for you guys to develop into. So as you guys are getting better at tosses, your singles and halves, you guys can start doing complicated tosses. So those things are coming. So it's all about pushing things down. If you want it to go vertical, if you want it to go at a 45, it's about getting those arms where they're supposed to go. And there are left-handed things as well. You can do left-handed carve singles. That was a very horrible example of what I just did. I didn't even really push, I just kind of let it roll through. So, but you can do, oops, it's not a good example at all. What is wrong with me today? There we go. Yeah, my left releases are not as strong. I travel a lot. And it's just because I'm weak on my left side. So when I toss, it likes to rainbow across. So I got some things to work on too. I'm not perfect. Horizontals. Those are also something really important that we will often have placed throughout the show as filler. So you might have a horizontal, and a horizontal looks like this. It is literally the opposite of a 45, horizontal. Most students have problems getting their 45s out of horizontal because they're releasing their hand flat. We call those pizza tosses. We're tossing flat and catching. Okay. Sometimes they can be really lofty and beautiful. Okay. Sometimes they can be low and fast. Okay. You can do it from the silk. You can do it from the pole. I like them from the pole. They're a little bit more challenging to me. But you can do horizontals that way. You can do palm rolls with the horizontal. It's all about your hand placement and how you release it. Flat versus 45. Yeah. There's some cool things that I'm going to teach you guys. One of those is the lotus toss that I learned, the lotus 45, that one. I'm working on getting that. There's another one that I learned that is backwards 45. So, and I'm going to butcher this horribly, but it comes to the elbow, and you make a circle with it, and then you use your elbow to lift. It's hard to execute it slow, so it's more of like a fluid motion. When I'm getting ready to lose myself again. More of a fluid motion when you're teaching it. It's more of an advanced toss, so my newbies don't be freaking out about it because it's not in the show. This is a fun little new toss I learned. So it comes across, around, and up. I also learned, there's this one that I learned that was really interesting that changes the position of the silk when you catch it, and I can't remember how to do it. Let's see. This one where it comes up, and it brushes through your toes, and you release it here. That's the one I almost got. I don't know how to do it. That one. I still don't have that one 100%. So there are things that even I have to work on. That's pretty much all I have for you right now as far as just goofing around and playing with tosses. So work on your singles, work on your doubles that are already written into your work. And then if you want to get adventurous and try some things, there's some cool stuff out there for you. So until next time, friends, see ya.